So we have Wraith Protocol, revolutionizing privacy through the blockchain. So the idea that Wraith has here is interesting in some aspects, and it's taking a lot of things that are familiar on different chains. Um, an example of this would be things like Verge, things like Monero, and putting it on the BSC network. Also bridging it into Ethereum and KuCoin later on. But their main goal is to have that privacy, anonymous transactions, while using the pool within Wraith. So their goal basically is to ensure outgoing transfers to be anonymous with their built-in VPN and mixing protocols. So basically what they're trying to do is to keep the blockchain decentralized in a sense that the traceability and your identity will be secure and you don't have to worry about that. You won't have those issues. um I see this as a solution to a lot of situations where you can't really find that, right? There's some parts of bscan or a lot of different ways where everything's already out there, and you want to keep that secured, you want to keep that decentralized feel. A lot of these things, like example like Binance, right? Binance is centralized. There's a lot of crypto just entry level that is very centralized, and it's moving away from that decentralized aspect. So the use case that Wraith has is it's bringing back that decentralized and anonymity, right? To all these transactions, the IP location, and things like that. So, a good major portion of what they want to do is they want to make sure that everyone is safe and there's no issues with it. There's no rugs or there's no problems, right? So, what they did is they actually set up a multi-sig wallet. So, whenever someone has something to go ahead with on their team, someone else has to sign on it. So you won't have issues that arise, right? In many projects, there's always one guy that somehow runs away with all the money, right? And that's the purpose of the multi-sig wallet. It's so that we don't have that issue. We don't have that problem, or we don't have something come up. I see I see this as somewhat of a tool of security for investors if they're looking for a project. They've also shown all of their wallets here, and they make sure that everything is in the open, right? Because they always support everything that's going on, and they support the community. So I see this as something unique, different. It's not the run of the old token with just the same old rewards token. This actually has a use case, a utility. I believe they are working on a wallet. They're working on a wallet. They're working on many things, including staking, right? NFTs, bridging, mainnet, a lot of things. A lot of things that can actually be very beneficial in the BSC universe. And they actually have a Wraith paper, well, white paper, so they say, that actually explains kind of more in detail because it's somewhat jagged in terms of what really they're trying to do, right? So, how they say they'll accomplish this, right? Or what this tool actually is it privatizes the IP location and the trails and transactions. So this is for people let's say they have very big amount of funds and they want to keep it privatized, right? Investors that, like, let's say you're a hedge fund manager, you're very public, right? Or you own quite a bit, or there's a lot that you kind of want to keep within yourself in terms of your transactions, and you don't want it to be public, and you want to keep that to yourself, you can do that. Or in the case where you want to keep it public, you can go ahead and do that, right? So these things, it has that ability, if you want to keep something private, to have it private. And it's a simple way to do it within the Wraith ecosystem, right? So basically, their breakdown structure, they'll have a burn on every transaction, marketing. So that's really good to keep it up and stable and have a longevity and be able to continuously market to a bigger, a bigger community, right? There's going to be auto liquidity compiling. So in that case, it'll keep the stability and the floor. So there's not going to be a lot of slippage in terms of price difference as more volume is there. Then they have the team fee for the team to continuously work and ensure they're on payroll. And then they also have the Wraith Vault, right? So this would be used as the Multi-Sig Wallet authentication, right? This is for 3 out of 5 signatures required to occur, right? And this would be signed, and it'll take the BNB from the tax, so it'll never be selling off the tokens when they do actually do the multi-sigs. So they'll also lock it for 50 years, so there's no concern about that. They're completely doxed, so all of their information's out there. There's no concern for that. They're transparent. You could always go in there and talk to them. I see this as something really interesting, different, and out of the ordinary, And these are the things that do really well. It seems very well put together. Transparency, privacy, and security. And what they're trying to do, they're envisioning, is very different. It's very new. So do check them out. I'll leave them in the description below. Wraith Protocol.